Facebook says we're about to go live.
Ready for the drum roll? All right, everybody, let's get started. So this is the October 22nd Franklin Municipal Planning Commission meeting, going virtual to a neighborhood near you. We'll start with a roll call. For all who's here, Miss Allen, Mr. Franks. Not arrived yet? Okay. Mr. Harrison?
Present.
Mr. Lindsay?
Present.
Miss McLemore?
Present.
Mr. Orr?
Present.
Miss Peterson?
Present.
Miss Szilagyi?
Present.
And the chair is present. Item number 1, consideration of resolution 2020-211, a resolution declaring that the Franklin Municipal Planning Commission shall meet on October the 22nd, 2020, and conduct its essential business by electronic means rather than being required to gather a quorum of the members physically present in the same location, because it is necessary to protect the health, safety, and welfare of Tennesseans in light of the COVID-19 outbreak. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak on this item before we make a motion? No comments, then we will, I'll consider a motion then.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Marcia can have it.
Marcia, okay, Marcia has a second. Proper motion and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor. Let's start over. This whole roll call thing is still throwing me. Let's vote. Marcia Allen.
Aye.
Jimmy Franks. Still absent.
Aye.
Oh, sorry. Thank you, Jimmy.
Aye.
Here, yeah.
Aye. Mr. Harrison.
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay.
Aye.
Miss McLemore.
Aye.
Mr. Orr.
Aye.
Miss Peterson.
Aye.
Miss Szilagyi.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. Announcement. Let's see. The City of Franklin Municipal Planning Commission meeting will limit physical activity in the meeting room due to current limitations on public gatherings to prevent further spread of COVID-19 and to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the City of Franklin officials, staff, and citizens. Accommodations have been made to ensure the public is able to participate in the meeting. The public may participate in the following ways. Watch the meeting on Franklin TV or the City of Franklin website. Watch the live stream through the City of Franklin Facebook and YouTube accounts. Call into the conference meeting by dialing 1-312-626-6799, meeting ID 926-0222-4907, and password 550921. Callers will be muted and given the opportunity to comment during the meeting at specific times. The public may email comments to planningintake@franklintn.gov to be provided in full to the commission, included in the minutes, but not read aloud in their entirety during the meeting. Emailed comments will be accepted until 5 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Limited viewing will be available in the lobby of City Hall to watch the live video. In-person public comments will be permitted in the Zoom meeting from the City Hall boardroom. Staff will assist in directing citizens from the lobby to form a line to speak on an item. Line spacing will be 6 feet apart and masks are required. All right, now we go to the minutes of the meeting from September. Can I get a motion?
Move for approval.
Ms.
Second.
Peterson. Okay, Ms.
Allen.
Peterson moved. Ms. McLemore seconded. All right, any discussion? All right, Ms. Allen.
Aye.
Ms. Franks.
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Salaji,
Aye.
and the chair votes aye. Item number 3, consideration of approval of the January 2021 through January 2022 Franklin Municipal Planning Commission calendar. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, thanks, Scott. Is there a
Second.
second? So, Mr. Orr?
Yes.
Thank you. Proper motion and second. Any conversation, discussion about the calendar? All right, Ms. Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Salaji.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. All right, those who are listening, this is when we listen to citizen comments or items that are not on the agenda tonight. So this is open for any citizens to be heard on items not included on this agenda. As provided by law, the Franklin Municipal Planning Commission shall make no decisions or consideration of action of citizen comments except to refer the matter to the planning director for administrative consideration or to schedule the matter for Franklin Municipal Planning Commission consideration at a later date. Are there any citizen comments? There are none, then I will pass it to staff to make any announcements.
And the only announcement I have tonight is just regarding our December meeting. I just asked that the Planning Commission be on the lookout for emails towards the end of this month, October. We're waiting to see if the executive order from the governor is extended to see how we'll handle that meeting. So we'll be in touch as soon as we know something. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, this moment on the agenda is for items to be placed on the agenda if they're not currently on the agenda for consideration. Is there anyone that'd like to add an item that's not on tonight's agenda to the agenda? Okay, there is none. Then we'll move on to item number 4. This is our consent agenda. Currently, items 5 through 10 and 15 through 17 are on the consent agenda. The applicant would like to remove item 17 for discussion tonight. So if you when you make the motion, if you could include the item number 17 being withdrawn from consent, that would be appreciated. I'll entertain a motion.
Move for approval with
So moved.
item 17.
Okay.
Second.
All right, Jimmy, I'll put you down on second. So we got a proper motion and second. Any discussion? All right, hearing none, then we'll vote roll call. Ms. Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
and Ms. Salaji.
Aye.
And chair votes aye, motion passes. All right, item number 11, consideration of ordinance 2020-24, an ordinance to rezone 3.81 acres from Plan District 4.75 to Plan District 12.6 for the property located north of Cherokee Place and west of Shawnee Drive, located at 600 Chickasaw Place, the Chickasaw PUD. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The rezoning and development plan revision for the Chickasaw PUD is being done in conjunction with the neighboring Cherokee Place PUD rezoning and development plan, which you'll hear on this agenda this evening as well. But they're doing the rezoning and development plan revision for Chickasaw first to accommodate the revised boundaries between these two developments. So that gives a little bit more context of the next few items. The Envision Franklin Land Use Plan places this parcel in the mixed residential design concept, which supports the proposed rezoning to PD 12.6. Staff recommends approval of ordinance 2020-24 to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bryan. Is there anyone in the public that would like to comment? Okay, no comments. And okay, then I will entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Or is that Michael Orr?
That's
I'm
Michael
sorry.
Orr. I'll second it.
Sorry. You guys sounded very similar then. Okay. Michael's motion and Scott seconded. Any discussion? All right, Miss Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Miss McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Miss Peterson,
Aye.
Miss Salaji,
Aye.
and chair votes aye. Motion passes. Item number 12, Resolution 2020-161, a resolution approving a revised development plan for Chickasaw PUD for the property located north of Chickasaw or Cherokee Place and west of Shawnee Drive, located at 600 Chickasaw Place. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The purpose of this development plan revision is to change the boundaries of the previously approved Chickasaw PUD. The original development plan for Chickasaw PUD was approved by the Board, Mayor, and Aldermen in August of 2017. No new additional dwelling units are being proposed for Chickasaw with this development plan revision. This is just being done in conjunction with the Cherokee Place PUD that you'll hear in a few minutes. Staff recommends approval of Resolution 2020-161 to the Board, Mayor, and Aldermen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the audience, public, that would like to speak to this? None? Okay, then I skipped this last time and I apologize, but I will open this to anyone that wants to present on behalf of the applicant. Anyone here that wants to present on behalf of the applicant?
Okay. Sorry, we're trying to unmute.
Oh, okay.
This is James Plus Associates, and we're representing the Franklin Housing Authority. And we, I don't believe we have anything to add to what Joey mentioned, unless anyone has any questions.
Okay, thank you. Then I will entertain a motion.
Move for approval, Alma.
Second.
Okay, Scott, I heard you, but there's somebody else. Who else was seconded?
Marcia.
Marcia. Okay, we'll give that one to you. All right, proper motion and second. Any discussion? Okay, all in favor. Oh, la 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 la. Miss Allen.
Aye.
Mr. Franks.
Aye, thank you, Mike. You're doing a great job.
Appreciate it. I need the encouragement tonight. Mr. Harrison.
That's awesome, bro.
You're doing great.
Mr. Lindsay.
Aye.
Miss McLemore.
Aye.
Mr. Orr.
Aye.
Miss Peterson.
Aye.
Miss Salaji.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Yeah, it's lonely up here, guys. If y'all would ever come back to the city hall, it would feel a whole lot better. All right, motion
I'm
passes.
lonely too. I need to be up here with you, boy.
All right, item number 13, consideration ordinance 2020-25, an ordinance to rezone 8.15 acres from Plan District 4.75 to Plan District 12.27 for the property located south of Chickasaw Place and west of Shawnee Drive, located at 1101 Shawnee Drive. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The Envision Franklin Land Use Plan places this parcel in the mixed residential design concept, which supports the proposed rezoning to PD 12.7. The Cherokee Place PUD is proposing to tear down the existing structures and replace them with 100 new dwelling units. Staff recommends approval of ordinance 2020-25 of the Board, Mayor and Aldermen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak on this item? Nobody? Okay. All right, then is there someone representing the applicant that would like to speak?
We don't have anything further to add unless there are any questions from the board.
Okay, thank you. Then I will entertain a motion.
Move for approval, recommendation to Board of Mayor and Alderman. Roger.
Okay,
Second.
Roger.
Second.
I'm gonna say the second was Michael Orr, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, proper motion and second. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none, then we'll go to the vote. Marcia,
Aye.
Jimmy,
Aye.
Scott,
Aye.
Roger,
Aye.
Alma,
Aye.
Michael,
Aye.
Ann,
Aye.
and Jenny.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, motion passes. Item number 14, consideration of resolution 2020-166, a resolution approving a development plan for Cherokee Place PUD with 2 modifications of development standards for parking standards and foundation requirements for the property located south of Chickasaw Place and west of Shawnee Drive, located at 1101 Shawnee Drive. Staff?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The applicant is proposing to construct 100 dwelling units within 21 new residential buildings as part of the Cherokee Place planned unit development. The plan calls for the removal of the existing buildings on the property and new buildings to be constructed in their place, but with a different layout. The Envision Franklin land use plan places this lot in the mixed residential design concept, and it states that this design concept contains residential neighborhoods with a combination of single-family dwellings, big houses, duplexes, and townhouses. The defined character across this design may vary by neighborhood, but new development should transition from existing development patterns in adjacent neighborhoods. The plan as proposed features a variety of building types with setbacks and architectural styling that is compatible with the surrounding neighborhoods. Walkways create a pedestrian-friendly community that connect to city parks and green spaces. The plan overall meets the recommendations and principles of Envision Franklin. There are 2 modification of standards requests with this plan. MOS number 1, the applicant is requesting to revise the minimum parking standards for multifamily use as follows. 2.25 spaces per bedroom and 2.75 spaces per 3-bedroom unit. Section 10.1.6 of the ordinance states that a minimum of 2.5 spaces shall be required for every 2-bedroom and 3 spaces for every 3-bedroom unit. In addition to the site constraints on the property, the applicant has provided additional examples and supplementary information that justifies this request. Therefore, staff recommends approval of MOS number 1. For MOS number 2, the applicant is requesting to remove the 18-inch minimum height for the non-multifamily building types foundation requirement. The zoning ordinance requires townhouse and duplex building types to have a minimum 18-inch foundation. In order to comply with applicable housing regulations, the residential buildings must be constructed at ground level or feature ADA accessible ramps to the various entries. Given the public nature of this housing project, it is important to provide as much accessibility for each dwelling unit as possible. So therefore, staff recommends approval of MOS number 2 to remove the 18-inch minimum height for foundation for the building types. With all that in mind, staff recommends approval with conditions of resolution 2020-166 to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen. The conditions of approval are attached to the staff report for your review, and happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Are there any citizens that would like to speak on this item? None? Okay. Then is there someone representing the applicant that would like to speak?
We don't have anything further to add, but we're happy to entertain questions from the board.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion?
Move for approval with staff conditions.
All right.
Second.
The second, Jenny?
Yes.
Okay. All right, motion and seconded. Any discussion? Oh, I'm sorry. We need to do the modification standards.
I was gonna
So we have a
say-
main, sorry. We have a main motion. So let's go to modification standard number 1. That is a request to revise the minimum parking from 2.5 to 2.25 on 2 bedrooms, and from 3 to 2.75 on 3 bedrooms. Do I have a motion for that?
Move for approval.
Second.
Okay. All right, proper motion and seconded. Any discussion on that item? All right, hearing none, then we will go through the roll call vote on modification standard number 1. Ms. Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Szilagyi.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. Second modification standard would be to request to remove the 18-inch foundation minimum requirements for the non-multifamily building types.
So
Uh,
moved.
That's Ms. Peterson?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Proper motion is seconded. Any discussion on that modification standard?
I just want to say that even though we have this 18-inch from the high foundation, there are many times, though not all, whenever people with disabilities absolutely would, it would be better for them to have not have the 18-inch standard. So I really appreciate seeing something that is being built in recognition of that.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
I would agree with Ms. Peterson.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, just to say that that I've looked at the flood insurance rate maps, and none of this area is anywhere near mapped floodplain. So that's not an issue relative to elevation of building height.
Great. Great. Thank you, Roger. All right, let's vote then. Ms. Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Szilagyi.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. So we're back to the main motion with the 2 modification of standards revisions. So we will vote on the amended main motion. Any other discussion? All right, then Ms. Allen,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye.
Mr. Harrison,
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Szilagyi.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Motion passes. All right, Next item 17, Spring Creek Subdivision Final Plat Revision 9, creating 1 commercial lot on 13.82 acres located at 1854 and 1874 West McEwen Drive. This is one that the applicant requested to be removed. So staff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The purpose of this plat is to adjust the lot lines of the existing lots 8 and 9 and create a new commercial lot, lot 10, within the Spring Creek subdivision. The previous revision to the Spring Creek subdivision final plat was approved in August of 2012. Staff with this report does recommend approval with conditions. However, I believe the applicant wishes to defer, and I will leave it at that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone and any citizens who would like to comment on this item? No citizens. Okay, then is there someone representing the applicant that would like to speak?
Yes, Mr. Chair, this is Chris Getz from Gresham Smith. We would formally like to defer to the next meeting.
Okay. All right, then I will entertain a motion from the commission.
So approved.
Jimmy, can you be more specific on that?
On the deferment, please.
Yeah, but what I mean is to how long, just so we'll have that on the record.
The next meeting is December 10th.
Is the applicant and everyone good with that as well then? Is that okay to do it that way?
That works.
I, just as staff,
Good
I'd
deal.
like to chime in. I would recommending deferring, if you're going to defer to December 10th, because state law requires that this final plat be acted upon, either approved or disapproved, within 60 days of tonight's meeting. And the December 10th meeting is the only meeting that is within that 60-day time frame.
That sounds, I think that's acceptable to the applicant. Thank you.
Jimmy, if you don't mind just stating that you'll recommend deferral to the December 10th meeting, that would be great.
Yes, sir. My motion would be to amend the motion to defer to the December 10th meeting, please.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, proper motion. Is there a second?
I'll second, Roger.
Thank you, Roger. All right, proper motion and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, seeing none. All, Marcia?
Aye.
You can almost see the wheels turning in my head. It's so crazy. Mr. Franks?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Harrison?
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay?
Aye.
Ms. McLemore?
Aye.
Mr. Orr?
Aye.
Mr. Peterson? Mrs. Peterson?
Aye.
Ms. Szilagyi?
Aye.
And chair votes aye, so motion passes. Item number 18, consideration of resolution 2020-157, a resolution amending resolution 2015-26 to modify and update the plan of services for 1845 Carters Creek Pike by the city of Franklin, Tennessee. Staff?
Yes, Mr. Chair. This is a amendment to the plan of service of how we previously required some utility lines to be crossing the property. It is amending the plan of service so that those are not required until future development occurs. And I will turn it over to Vernon Girth if there's anything else I have missed.
Thank you, Amy. Good evening, Chairman and Planning Commissioners again. This property came in a number of years ago, and we did a plan of service. And then as it evolved and developed into an agricultural use, it's an equestrian facility. It was determined that extending the infrastructure, sewer and water as originally planned was not viable. So the plan of service that you see before you this evening is reflective of what exists today and how we've ensured that we are providing services to this property, which is inclusive of all city services. And what will happen in the event they ever want to redevelop the property into really a non-agricultural use. So we wanted to get this before you to close the loop on this project. And it's a very nice facility out on Carters Creek if you have the opportunity to visit it at some point in time.
All right, thank you. Any citizens that would like to comment? No citizens? Okay, then I will entertain a motion.
Move for approval.
Second.
All right, Scott motioned, Michael seconded. Proper motion is seconded. Any discussion? Okay, if not, then Ms. Allen?
Aye.
Mr. Franks?
Aye.
Mr. Harrison?
Aye.
Mr. Lindsay?
Aye.
Ms. McLemore?
Aye.
Mr. Orr?
Aye.
Ms. Peterson?
Aye.
Ms. Szilagyi?
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion passes. All right, if there's no other items, then I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
So moved.
Okay, I'm going to say Scott motioned, Ms. Allen seconded. So any discussion? Seeing none, Marcia,
Aye.
Mr. Franks,
Aye. Thank you. You did a great job tonight.
thank you. What do I owe you, Jimmy? All right, Mr. Harrison,
I'm telling you what,
Aye.
all you guys are great. Thank you.
Mr. Lindsay,
Aye.
Ms. McLemore,
Aye.
Mr. Orr,
Aye.
Ms. Peterson,
Aye.
Ms. Salaji.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. We are adjourned. Have a great rest of the October.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and staff.
And yourself.
Thank you.